How's it going, folks? This is Wayne Art back with another lesson, and today I'm going to talk about a 1-4-5 chord progression commonly used in blues, sort of western music, contemporary pop music, a very sort of well-known sort of chord sequence. Chords that go very well together, great for songwriting as well, but I'm doing it, you know, because I'm a big blues fan, so I'm going to show you how to play how I've just done the introduction, a very sort of blues way. Status Quo have also made a career out of this. Nothing against Status Quo, I think they're an amazing band, but the 1-4-5 chord progression sort of very important to get down, and it's also going to give you a little understanding of how the fretboard works as well, so we'll get on to that in a minute. Thanks to everyone who's subscribed and continues to do so. A further way you could help me out is hitting that little notification bell somewhere down there, so you get notified every time I post a video up. Also, if you want to check my Patreon page out, the usual things that I do, song lessons, so I post the chords, the lyrics and the strumming pattern up on there, as well as some other things. There is some blues things up on there as well if you want to go and check that out. So I'll put a little link to that in the description below if you want to go over and check that out. Also, if you want to go over and give me a like on social media, so I'm Wayne Art Guitar on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and now also TikTok, as you always say, I'm trying to get down with the kids. But anyway, that's enough of me rambling. Without further ado, let's get to it. Okay, so the 1-4-5 chord sequence. So I'm just going to apply a little bit of theory to it just to get us going and give us an understanding of it, okay? So if we take all the notes in music, which are basically A, B, C, D, E, F, G. So those are all your tone notes in music. We're not talking about the semitones at the moment, okay? Now I'm going to do it in the key of a G. So my G is the root note. So if we take a G chord and we want to work out the fourth chord, we're just going to count up from a G, up the alphabet. So we got G, A, B, C. So C is going to be the fourth chord, and the fifth chord is going to be the D. So one note up from the C. So we could do that as open chords, you know. These are three chords that are used very commonly in loads and loads of songs, great for songwriting. So we could do a G, a C, and a D. So very commonly used, you know, in contemporary pop music, western music, you know, blues, as I said. And what we're actually doing there is a 1-4-5 chord sequence, okay? Now I'm going to show you more sort of a bluesy way, and this is also going to open the fretboard up to you a little bit as well. So if we work out where the notes are on the fretboard, so the G is on the 3rd fret on the low E string, and the fourth chord is actually on the A string, the note below, also on the 3rd fret. So we got the first chord, fourth chord, which is a C, and we go up 2 frets on the A string, we've got the D chord, okay? So if we play that as a power chord, so if you've never done a power chord before, my first finger is on the 3rd fret on the low E string, and my third finger is going to be on the 5th fret on the A string, and we're just going to play those two strings together just with downstrokes. Okay, we're going to switch that down to the A and the D string, so we're now doing the C chord. Move that up 2 frets, so now we're doing D, back to C, and then back to where we started on the root notes. Okay, so a good way to get that sounding a little bit more bluesy. It's quite difficult, a little bit of a stretch, so it's not really for beginners, but if you can reach up on the 7th fret, which will be the A string, so keep the power chord shape on, so you get this sort of, can you see my little pinky going on there on the 7th fret? And when we switch that down, we do the same again. Now my little pinky is on the D string. Switch that up to the D, so now my little pinky is on the 9th fret. That's also on the D string. Back to the C, and back to the root note where we started on the G. So that's the 1-4-5 chord progression. Now, a little challenge for you guys, we can basically move this round anywhere on the fretboard. So for example, if we moved it to an A, so the 4th chord would actually be the note underneath again, and we move that up 2 frets, we've got the 5th chord. So if we work out those notes, we got the A, so we just go up the alphabet, A, B, C, D, that's going to be a 4th chord, and E would be a 5th chord. Those notes are there, so we can do exactly the same. We got the A, D, that's the E, back to the D, back to where we started on the root notes. Okay, so the 5th chord is always what we call the turnaround chord. So we got the 2 sort of chord, you know, the root, the 4th note, and we usually use the 5th as sort of a turnaround thing. So it's very commonly used in blues. So a little challenge for you guys is even on the sharp and flat notes, you know, the semitones, you can do exactly the same thing. So a good thing for you guys to do is try and work that out, count up the alphabet and work out what those notes are, the 1-4-5 chord progression. And that is pretty much all you're going to need. So take that, have fun with it, and gain a little bit of knowledge of the fretboard. Okay, so thanks very much for watching. Something a little bit different today, but I do the odd lesson like this here and there, sort of the technique lesson, to give you guys a little bit of knowledge, and I think this sort of opens up the fretboard a little bit as well. And if you're into blues, basically what I did is like a 12-bar blues chord progression known as the 1-4-5. So there we go. So take that, run with it, learn a little bit about the fretboard, and I hope you enjoyed that. If you got any requests for the regular stuff that I do, you know, the songs, either on an acoustic or an electric guitar, so the best way to reach me, you can leave a comment in the post below, or if you want to find me a personal message over on those social media platforms I suggested at the start of the video, you're very welcome to. I just always point out that I do get quite a lot, and I do have to handpick them a little bit. But please do keep your requests coming, because that's what keeps this channel going. Also, if you'd like more lessons like this, obviously let me know as well. Like I say, just leave a comment in the post below. I'll just quickly mention it again. If you are subscribed, third way you could help me out is hitting that little notification bell, so you get notified every time I post a video up, and you can keep up to date. And I always say word of mouth is a powerful thing. So if you dig what I do, please like and share my videos. Tell your friends, tell your work colleagues, anyone you know plays a guitar and they want to learn some cool songs, a little bit of theory along the way as well. Like I say, please point them in my direction. I really appreciate that. So that just leaves me to say have a great morning, day, night, whenever it is you're watching, and I'll catch you all for lesson very soon. Take care.